Well, welcome back to the Cypress Sports Show. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. Thanks for checking in on us. Season 2 of the show. Can't believe we made it through Season 1. We are excited to share some new content as we go through the year. Have some special guests on. Change it up a little bit this year. One addition to the show is our main sponsor, Coach's Corner. We're happy to partner with Coach's Corner as they've been a huge supporter of the athletic program for the last few years. They have a new location on Lincoln Avenue. Make sure you get out there and visit them and support them because they definitely support us. Coach Slevcove, we got some changes around here. Welcome back, by the way. I hope you had a great summer. We got some changes. We were gone, and then all of a sudden we had some flip-flops of some coaches. So let's start with our new coaches. What are some of the new coaches and faces we're going to see around campus?
That's right. We have some new head coaches on campus. They're familiar faces to our programs. But they will be taking over as the leads of the entire soccer and softball, aquatics, and golf programs. So Terry Thompson's taken over for Kevin Dull in softball, who's been an assistant for the last several years. Susan Mitri is going to be taking over at least the girls golf program for Coach Lujan. Susan helped coach the boys team last year in their successful run. In boys soccer, Michael Mora takes over for his brother Freddie. Right, Freddie was our head coach for a couple years, and Michael's been the JV coach, and now Michael's going to step into that varsity role. And then for aquatics, Jason Stone has had to step down for business reasons, and Riley Saldana, a teacher on campus and alumni who's been around the program for a few years, she'll be the head of the aquatics program.
Well, very cool on that portion. We also have new administration. We have a new principal this year, Jennifer Brown. She's coming to us from Walker Junior High, so she'll be leading the charge around here. And we have a new assistant principal in charge of athletics, Joseph Boardwine, very positive guy. He's been out on the field. He's been around athletics himself as a college wrestling coach. So we're excited to have him on board, have those two supporting the athletics program. You'll see some changes maybe in how we do some things as far as the way the school's working, as far as how we're running the athletic programs, but they're going to be small changes, and hopefully everybody will fall into place pretty quickly with that. Coach, we're a little slow this week as far as athletics goes, right? We're just getting started into the season, but man, it's going to ramp up really, really fast. So let's enjoy this little bit of a lull. We got the big game on Friday, a couple little events in there, and then what else do we have to look forward to?
That's right. We got 6 fall sports. Football opens up this Friday night in the Week 0 game against Foothill at Tustin High School, 7 p.m. on Friday night. If you're going to go to the game, you got to get your tickets on GoFan, so you can get those beforehand or get them online when you get there. Girls volleyball started our entire fall sports season last week in the Lakewood tournament on Saturday. They had a couple nice matches, made it to the semifinals, which they will play this Saturday against Lakewood at Lakewood. And they also have a regular match, a non-league match against Canyon on Thursday. Right, our girls volleyball program historically has done very well. We got Zoe Henson, the reigning MVP, returning for her senior year. So looking forward to a solid season for our girls. Girls tennis opens up next week. So they've been practicing, training. They take on Cerritos next week. Same thing with boys water polo, right? Been training all summer, swimming all summer. They open up with Buena Park in the middle of next week on Wednesday. Cross country, defending league champs for the boys, running all year, put in their miles, went to Mammoth to train. They don't have a competition for a few weeks, but they'll get going in September. And then girls golf, they're finishing up their tryouts, and they'll have their first match next week with league champ, reigning MVP Catherine Gerbing returning for her junior season.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Coach, we had some really cool news over the summer as well. As everyone knows, we've had our times where we're trying to do things with our fields, and sometimes that doesn't work out as well as we hope. We're currently reseeding that varsity football field and track field. But in the course of doing that, it was announced by our school district that we, in fact, at Cypress are going to receive an artificial turf football field and all-weather track. And Coach Slevcove, this is something that we've been trying and pushing for many years. And man, is it going to be exciting to see that all come together in the next year.
It's going to be great for all of our programs. The wear and tear our fields get are too much in the artificial field. Is going to be great for our track programs, our football programs, soccer programs, you name it. It's going to be terrific. So can't wait for that to get started and be finished for our future athletes.
Yeah, if you missed out on that, check out our Instagram. We had some stuff posted there. We'll keep updating as that building process begins. They're in the planning process with an architect. It'll go to the state, get approved. So as that moves on, we'll definitely keep everybody up to date on that exciting news. But we're super happy with that and really looking forward to having that new field. So yeah, I mean, we're off and running this year, and we'll see how things go. All right, today we kick off the new season of the show. Welcome back our head football coach, Rick Feldman. Coach, how are we doing today?
Good. Getting ready for the first big game on Friday.
Absolutely. It's going to be exciting to see you guys back out on the field. We're coming off a great year last year, successful 10-3 overall, semifinals in CIF. Coming off that year, how's the excitement in the program and at practice?
Guys are all fired up. That last year in the rearview mirror and getting ready to take up some revenge on Foothill. You know, that was one of the 3 that we lost last year. So guys are extra focused trying to make up for that one.
Yeah, that was a tough game last year. They had a heck of an athlete, Austin Overn, who was tough to handle in many sports last year.
Yeah, and really tough to handle for us. He went crazy against us, and we didn't know about him. And of course, he's playing football and baseball at USC. But our guys, we feel like we have a little unfinished business this year. And, I mean, really, we want to get a ring, right?
Well, getting that ring is going to come as a team effort and a whole program effort. Football's numbers are a big deal, the number of athletes you have out there. Are you pleased with the numbers that we have this year across the program?
So sophomores through seniors, I believe we have 86 out there right now. So that, of course, very pleased. Freshmen, I think it's this way around a lot of the county right now. The numbers were down like low 20s, which was a little concerning. And now I think we're close to around 35. You know, with freshmen, sometimes when school starts, more kids start coming out. And so that's encouraging. We're about where we normally are. So, yeah, overall, pleased with the amount of guys that are out for football.
Good. So we got a good amount of guys out there. We've been working hard the last few weeks. How are we doing out on the field as far as improvement? Are we improving each and every day? If so, where are we headed?
Yeah. Like I look at the schedule and I always think, oh, we're not going to have enough time. We're not going to be ready. And we scrimmaged Yorba Linda last week, who is very well thought of and very well coached, and held our own. So that was an encouraging sign. So I feel like we're in a good place right now, and we're ready. We can't wait for Friday.
You mentioned the scrimmage went well. What were some of the positive things that you saw out there?
Well, Matthew Morrell coming off an injury, right? Just a kind of a freak thing at the beginning of the summer. And we were concerned whether he was going to be able to play at all. So he sat the whole summer and kind of guided him back with kid gloves and played him in the scrimmage. And the first play is a 70-yard touchdown to him. So that was encouraging to see. The offense overall was, you know, Trevor, both we have 2 quarterbacks, Elliot Lemonnier and Aiden Houston, who are in a battle, and they'll both play on Friday. And they both have been outstanding in the summer and the scrimmage itself. The offense was more effective than I thought it would be against Yorba Linda, especially running the ball. And the defense, which is always effective, did a great job against Yorba Linda, flying around like our defense always does. And I mean, I hope I'm right. We'll find out in a couple of days, but I feel like we're ready.
Well, Coach, you've always done a great job as far as getting our offense going. We've always had really good offensive success. Like you said, we got Matthew Morrell back, obviously a huge portion of our offense going through him. Trevor Monteleone back. What can we look forward to on that offensive side this year?
Multiple sets, you know, it's funny, as a former wide receiver safety type guy who calls plays, you'd think I'd want to throw it all the time, but really I want to run it all the time. So we'll still get into that heavy set and try to pound the ball with guys like Nate Schneider. We have Hayden Frazier and Elijah Gomez, and Matthew Fonseca back to anchor our offensive line, which is great. And hopefully we'll pound the ball some, but we're going to be multiple set. We're going to spread you out. We're going to get in 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, and try to keep you off balance and hopefully be as effective as we've been, the last couple of seasons.
Coach Feldy, you mentioned some returning guys, some names that are familiar to us. What kind of new faces do we have out there? Who are some newcomers that are going to fit into our system?
More on the defensive side of the ball. Brady, I don't know how to say his last name. I think Coach Russell got it yesterday. There's a lot of consonants in a row in there that don't make sense to me. Destin Sanchez is going to help us on both sides of the ball. Bobby Castile is a defensive back. And Bruno Calderilla is a new guy. Again, we have Jacob Wilkie back, Rocco Burdette, who were both studs last year and have just been absolutely dominant so far. Hayden Johnson, defensive end, new. Adam Costanza. Kyle Townsend, who has been here. He's a senior. He's going to start defensive line. We're looking forward to. Jordan Rios. I don't know. That's about shoot. I think I named everybody on the team. But we're excited. We're okay. Caden Hollenbeck can help us on both sides of the ball too. He was a backup special teams guy last year, and he'll be playing a lot of tight end defensive end for us.
Well, Coach, head coaches always need a lot of help, and the head coach is only as good as his assistant coaches. Who do we have for assistant coaches this year coming back, or new people to the program helping you out?
First, Coach Crooks as always, right? That guy has head coach written all over him, and he runs our defense, which is super helpful. 2 brothers, new guys. Simon Fuentes kind of runs the offensive skill positions, and his brother Saul Fuentes coaches our O-line. Matt Doyle with our running backs, and all the technological stuff, man. Without him, I don't know where we'd be. Alex Ashcraft, you guys know Sunshine. He's back, and he coaches our receivers. Tom Moreno on the D-line. Coach Crooks does the linebacker himself. And coach's corner, Terry Thompson and Dan Falk doing our DBs. And they all do a real good, man. I just kind of sit around and blow the whistle and watch practice. So it's great with those guys.
Coach, last year, Dylan Eldridge, our quarterback, went down with an injury, and it became a challenge all season last year to mix and match guys. This year, I heard you mention 2 names. Talk about those 2 guys that are going to be leading the offensive charge this year behind center.
So it's great. So, again, Elliott, who we threw in last season as a 115-pound sophomore, the moment was never too big for him. So that was kind of huge. I don't know how it wouldn't be, man. When I was his age, there's no way I could have done that. And he came in and managed the game well and didn't make any mistakes and did a good job for us. Obviously, we won 7 in a row. He's been really good so far. His arm strength has improved. His decision-making has gotten quicker. And then we have Aiden Houston, who came in, who brings a different skill set to the table. He is super fast and athletic and also throws the ball well. He's picked up our offense really quick. Led us in the Corona Del Mar tournament over the summer to a 2nd place finish. And they have pretty much rotated reps most of the summer and all of the fall. And right now, that's the way we're going to start. So I've talked to them, and Elliott will start. He's our starter. And they'll probably rotate series. And then we'll kind of decide as the game goes on whether one guy's got it that week and one guy's not as hot. We might stick with the other guy for most of the half, but that doesn't mean things will change after that because it's such a competitive deal. I don't want them stressed on one mistake that's it, I made a mistake, he's not going to play me. That's not going to be the case. I want them to enjoy when they're in and root for the other guy and just play as hard as you can and know that until there's definite separation, you're both going to play about the same. And if there's never separation and we're being successful, well, then you're both going to play a lot, people play a lot of receivers, people play a lot of running backs. Why can't you play 2 quarterbacks? That makes sense.
Makes total sense. Coach, you talked about the defensive end flying all over the place. You gave us a couple key players there. Where are we the strongest on the defensive end of the ball? Would you say the line or the backs in the box? Where are we going to be the strongest?
Our secondary is solid, and I think we don't have a lot of linebacker depth, but our starters all have experience. So I don't know if you can hear those guys in the weight room right now. They're getting after it at 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I mean, I think we're going to be solid overall, but for sure, I like our linebacking core. They have experience and they fly around.
Coach, how about the big guys up front? They never get enough credit in the trenches on both sides of the ball. Who are going to be the real MVPs on the line?
Well, Hayden, right, who I already mentioned, and Fonseca are both going to play the whole game on offense and some of the game on defense. And I would love if they could do both the whole way, but we just can't afford to lose those guys. So I would say those two for sure as guys who will play on both sides of the ball. And again, Elijah is like the captain of the offensive line. He's our center, makes the calls, and has been a real vocal leader out there as well too.
Coach, Foothill 10-2 last year. Again, exciting game for us, tough game for us. You know, they're usually a pretty solid team overall. What can we look from Foothill as far as offensively? What are we looking for?
So they're solid. They graduated quite a bit, but saw them in their scrimmage against Palos Verdes and Lucerna, 2 very solid teams, and they looked as good as they did. And I'm guessing that they're going to be, you know, you don't show too much in scrimmages, but I'm guessing they're going to be a little more run heavy this year than they were last year. And they're so well coached that you're just never sure. But I think they're going to try to run the ball first. That's going to be my guess. And defensively, they're going to be prepared for our double tight stuff. I'm sure Palos Verdes gave them our film of the playoff game, and and they know we're going to be a lot like we were last year, and they're going to try to take Matthew and Trevor away for sure. So if we can run the ball effectively, I think that will open up the pass. But we'll see because they're pretty stout.
Foothill's typically big up front. How are they defensively, and what issues will they present to us on that side of the ball?
They're big. Yeah, they're still big up front, and they sorry, man, guys are walking in now my door. I'm trying to put up the stop sign. Yeah, they're big up front, and they blitz a lot. So we're going to have to be able to pick up blitzing linebackers, and they have a returning linebacker. I'm not sure of his name, number 40, who started last year, who is too big to be as fast as he is. So we're going to have to make sure that we account for him for sure.
Well, Coach, the first game's always the tough one, right? You got to get the ball going here. We're totally excited, looking forward to another fun, exciting year of Cypress football. We'll be checking in with you guys each week, either you or Coach Crooks. Get some player interviews as well. We appreciate your time. Thanks for being with us, and let's go get that first win this week.
Awesome, man. We're ready, and thanks for all the support.
Absolutely. Well, our season preview looks to be an exciting one. You're definitely going to want to get out there each week, support the team, show up to the football games, be a part of the action. Thanks again to Coach's Corner for their support. Make sure to visit the new location on Lincoln Avenue before and after each game. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next week.